from a basketball standpoint, this is where I want to give you some notes. I want to try to give you a couple of quick drills, and then we'll have some demonstrations on things that I was able to use and that I've been able to pass down to my players that I work with to help them get better in a short period of time. All right, so this is where your notes come into play. The first thing is that whenever you work out, you have to have goals. You got to have a plan. So you can't come into the gym to work out without having some goals or a plan. That's like saying I'm going to study, but again, in reality, what makes studying successful? Give me a couple of things that when you say, okay.
Understanding the material.
Understanding the material. Okay, so in terms of understanding the material, do you put a time limit on how long you're going to study to understand the material? Or is it more effective to continue to try to absorb it until you get it?
Well, I personally just study until I absorb it.
He studies until you absorb it. So there's no time limit on it. I mean, you can put a time limit on it, but are you really going to be able to grasp all the information for your test? No. So now maybe that's the difference between getting an 80 and 100 of somebody that puts a time limit on it, or somebody says, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to keep studying until I get it right. Well, here's another scenario for you. Me, I'm a slow reader. My rebounder, what's your name? Josh. Josh might be a fast reader. So now when I'm going to study, I might need more time than Josh does. Because Josh might pick up things quicker than I do. That doesn't mean that I can't pick it up, but maybe that the rate I work might be different than Josh. The same way you get on the basketball court, and maybe to some people, some things become more natural to somebody else. So maybe somebody else who has a nice handle, maybe they don't have to work as long. But that doesn't mean you can't get it. That means you just have to do more. You have to stay with it until you get it. Otherwise, if you put a ceiling on yourself and say, oh, I'm going to do this for 15 minutes, then maybe you're a C student with your ball handle. Maybe you're a D student. But you can get to an A, but you're going to have to do more. How often do you go to school? 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Now think about this. You're in high school for 4 years. You go to school 5 days a week, and that enables you to graduate in 4 years. What if you only went to school 2 or 3 days a week? How long would it take you to graduate? 5, 6, 7. I mean, you work on your game. You're in the gym 5. I used to do it 6 days a week. So now we're talking about going from a guy who made 5 3-pointers to being 9th in the country in 24 months. I was doing this 6 days a week. So I could have been doing the same thing and doing it 2 or 3 days a week. I probably wouldn't have gotten where I got it in 24 months. I mean, maybe ultimately I might have become a great shooter, but my eligibility would have been done. So now you think about your window that you have. You're in high school, you get to college, whatever it is. You want to get a college scholarship. You have a 4-year window to try to reach your goal. You want to go to school 2 or 3 days a week, then are you going to get better? Are you going to learn? Absolutely. But are you going to really make the type of strides that you wanted to make in order to graduate in 4 years? Probably not. So everything is really up to you about how much you want to put in, how you want to put it in. Because again, you have 4 years. This is your window. So how long do you want to take to graduate. So now we'll talk about drills. Let me say this all. When it comes to studying, have any of you ever studied when you were sleeping? By a show of hands. Anybody ever study when they're sleeping? By a show of hands, has anyone ever studied when they didn't feel like studying? Has anybody ever studied maybe when you didn't feel well? Here's a good one. Has anyone ever studied when there was really something else you really wanted to do, but whether you made the decision yourself or your parents told you, no, you have to study. It might have been a party going on. It could have been something, your basketball game you wanted to see, but instead of doing something else that you really wanted to do, you studied. By a show of hands. Who's ever had that happen? Yeah, right? So in reality, all I'm doing is just drawing parallels to basketball. When I was in school, in college, I'd always set goals for myself for my workouts. And I couldn't leave the gym until I accomplished all my goals. And I remember I tell friends, sometimes, all right, you know what, I'm getting to the gym at 11. Here, meet me at 1 o'clock and we can go do whatever. The next thing you know, 1 o'clock, my friends come in the gym. And I'm only halfway through my workout because I'm not accomplishing my goals as quickly as I thought I wanted to. I'm sorry, my friends just had to be mad. I know I said 1 o'clock, but I can't leave. I can't. This is the most important thing to me. So, I mean, you want to be mad, you can be mad. You want to leave, I'll catch up with you later, whatever it is. But I can't leave. Oh, well, Jason, how long are you going to be? Hopefully I can get done these next few sets quickly. Otherwise, I can't leave. You just saw me make 70 free throws in a row. If I said to myself, I can't leave the gym, this is an extreme case, but if I said to myself, I can't leave the gym till I make 100 in a row, and I got to 70, I got to go back to, I can't leave. I can't. I feel like a quitter. I just lost the game. Because when I step on the court to play, I want to practice winning. I want to make sure that I'm prepared. So now when all these situations arise, how many of you, I'm sure most of you know him as a commentator celebrity now. By a show of hands, how many of you know who Kenny Smith is? TNT. All right, so when I was younger, I was fortunate enough to have a good relationship with Kenny Smith when he was in college. So he played college basketball at the University of North Carolina. And when I was in the 8th grade, I went to go visit him over a long weekend. And I was there at the first game they ever played at the Dean Dome, Duke against North Carolina. And I remember one of the things that he told me was that in the off season, on Friday nights, he would always work out. It was just something that always stuck with me. And there would be parties to go to on campus, but he always worked out before he went to those parties. Of course, now when the bar is set for me, now when I get to college, I literally remember, clear as day, Friday night, 9 o'clock, everybody's walking one way to the party, and walking the other way to the gym. Now, I'd meet up with them later on in the night, but I couldn't meet up with them until I did what I had to do in the gym. Whether I met up with them 11 o'clock, midnight, 1, I'll be there. But I got to go here first. The same way you made those decisions to say you have to study, because all those things are going to happen at some point in time.